part of my video, and we're talking about my manager, Paul. Didn't realize I was going to get emotional on Ken. I knew I was going to get emotional on Paul. He's also one of the nicest people I've ever met. Every time he came in, it was me and him. We would get together, we would get things done. He would always come to work with a high five and a smile. On the card that Ken had given me, he had wrote, "Lauren, remember, new adventures aren't always a bad thing. In my new adventures, I got to meet you. What an honor. Best of luck, Paul." And I actually talked to him the other day as well, and he was checking up on me, so it's like one big family. But Scott was my photo lab supervisor. He was a piece of work. He definitely kept me laughing. He was one of the controversial people at work. Some people liked him, some people didn't. I actually got along with him. He gossiped about everything. If you wanted to know about anybody at CVS or what they were doing, you would always go to Scott. He was like a 16-year-old little girl. And I could just, if I ever needed to vent to him about people there, I would just go to him. And he always told me constantly, which I'm sure he told everybody else, he said, "Lauren, you're my favorite cashier." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I bet you say that to everybody." But I guess photo supervisors are like that everywhere, because that's how my new one is too. But it was a piece of work. Lynn is one of the coolest people that I've ever met. She's got, I think, about 15 years on me. She works at CVS part-time, and I actually trained her when she started. And we hardly got scheduled together, but every time that we did, we got along great, and I always just had a lot of fun with her. She made work a fun place to be. She's intelligent and gave me a lot of advice on guys and anything girly that I needed to know. And she's always had my back, and I told her when I turned 21, we're hanging out. January. Alyssa actually worked at a CVS closer to our neighborhood off Racetrack Road, and she transferred to the town center, and she was really quiet, didn't talk to anybody, and we were scheduled one time together, and it was awesome. She was talkative, she was so genuine and so sweet, and she's been at CVS just as long as I have, and so I guess now with me moving to the new store, I kind of understand what she went through when she transferred to the town center, not knowing anybody. But she's one of my closest friends, and in the time that I was at the town center, I didn't ask off that often, or I didn't ask many people to cover my shifts, but if I ever did, it was like, nope, we only fend for ourselves, you only do for us, we don't do for you. And so I never really got time off or anything like that, and there was one day I was just having a real bad day. I wasn't feeling well, and I came into work, and she was supposed to leave at 6, and she could just tell that I was feeling terrible, and I said to her, can I leave at 6 and you stay till 10 o'clock? And she said, sure. I've been more than willing to do that for you, and that's probably the only time that anybody had done that for me in the year and a half that I was there. So I'm going to probably hang out with her a lot more now that I don't get to see her at work. But they are like my second family. They're constantly encouraging me. I left the town center, and they're still contacting me. They're still visiting me, and so that's how I know that it's more than just employees. It's going to be really hard to replace them, and there was a lot more people I'd like to thank and a lot more people I'd like to talk about, but that would make this speech way too long. And as a matter of fact, the other day I found out for my school that I needed a flu shot, and we get free flu shots at CVS, and they would say to me all the time, "You want to get one? Why not?" I said, "No, I don't want a shot. I don't like shots." But I called the other day and I said, "Are you guys still doing flu shots? Are they everywhere?" And they're like, "Yeah, you need to come see us. You don't go to your CVS to get a flu shot. You come see us, and you better tell us when you're coming. We're all going to be there and visit you and stuff like that." So it was really cool.